One of my first videos was like, Voyager could have been a better looper than Dante's, just because like Voyager actually had a battery and like he had a better floor. Yeah, no, Dante's is a far better looper. Like landslide can't even compare. Way easier to do with Dante's. Voyager, he needed this MP buff. He needed it a lot because he's an extra class. It's not like Jarcher, where she's mostly fighting class advantage. Most of the time, a foreigner is hitting neutral and berserker, so refund has always been scuffed. Base attack at 10.4, yeah, he's hurting. He is a unit you probably want to grill to have normal damage, and then it just scales better with all his other buffs, because he has a lot of like, he doesn't have like attack up, but he has like every other kind of buff out there. Right? Maybe not power mod. No power mod, but he does have debuff. He does have debuff, so that kind of makes up for it. HP, super high. He's pushing like 6k. Like, you don't see HP high this high that often. This is really good. He is more catered to challenge quests than he is farming, but he can still do the farming. It's just he's not the worst, but he's not the best either. Especially if you're at MP1. If you're at MP1, his MP was sad damage. Now it's actually good damage, but like it's still neutral damage, not super effective, so overkill is going to be an issue. Overkill has always been his issue. I just talked about Wangina, the normal foreigner star weight, and I don't stop doing that. Why do we keep doing that? Normal star weight and star gen. I always prefer quick foreigners. It just takes advantage of all their base stats, but to each their own. Voyager's hit counts average across the board, literally 3, 3, 3, 5. I do like that he's double quick, double arts, helps his refund. Again, he wants to be in challenge quests to just refund and spam that MP. He spams his MP. You pair him with the right supports, they're spamming their MPs too, and then it just gets easier. It gets easier to maintain with, like, say, outside of like having Scotty buffs. So like more like the servants that come in after another support dies, so like your tertiary or secondary supports. 0.56 MP charge. He's supposed to be critting on all these cards, so that's somewhat mitigated. You pair him with Scotty, the Scotty quick crits do refund a good amount, but I mean, like, some of his face, either his quick or his arts card maybe could have gotten an extra hit. It wouldn't have been that bad. It's not something I think needs to be changed. It's just something I would have liked more if he had an extra hit on his quick card. Would have helped his refund a little bit. But I mean, he gets refund on the end of his MP. You can't complain that much about his natural refund when he literally gets a fifth of his MP just by MPing back, like before you even count refund from hitting enemies. First skill starts off strong with a 50% battery, debuff immunity for 3 turns, and 10 crit stars. This is why he is like supposed to be a challenge quest servant. How often do you need debuff immunity when you're farming? Not that often, but it's very nice to have. Da Vinci has 3 turns debuff immunity too, and she is a farmer, but she also works in challenge quests too. And when you use her in challenge quests, you are popping MPs non-stop. Pair her with Tamamo and say like constant uptime. This solid first skill. Second skill, and this was his only quick steroid. He only had a 20% quick up and then 20% quick res down for 1 enemy before like his first buff last anniversary. Good thing he got the third buff. This does does jack shit in farming, and it was always more catered to a challenge quest. It's just that quick AoE didn't really have many options. Like, it was Dante's or Voyager for the longest time, and Dante's has his buff now before Jacques is even released, which is not how things went. Dante's didn't get his skill buff until like would have been next year, and he got it well over a year early. So, and Dante's is just king of quick meta, like, and he's staying there. He's not getting any competition for a good 2 years. Third skill, it was 600% star weight, party crit damage of 30%, and crit attack chance resistance 20% on his 6th turn. By the way, 6. Buffed it. He gets a quick up. So now he has 50% quick in his kit. That by itself was enough to get him to loop. I love Jacques. She is one of my favorite characters. But her and Voyager have literally been trading buffs. Like, they came out and they were similar. 5-hit AoE quick. They both before their buffs needed super scope. So their damage was very similar. Voyager got his first quick up. Jacques got a curse up. Voyager got an MP buff that gives more battery. Oh, spoiler. Jacques probably getting an MP buff too. Yeah, so as you can see, before they were like neck and neck here, like damage very, very similar. And now Voyager has access to Black Rail. Jacques, the reasoning is like how the reasoning is because like Jacques, in order to get the power mod and do more damage on the MP and get overkill, you need to face guard first or use a skill that applies curse to everyone. That doesn't naturally happen. Jacques, to help with farming, either needs a skill that constantly applies it or her MP needs to apply it first. Otherwise, she is always going to be more catered to challenge quests. Is that a bad thing? No, I think Jacques is amazing in challenge quests as long as you can get curses off. Your face card damage is so stupid. Your MP damage gets really stupid too. The dots get stupid. And with Summer Sith, you can have higher uptime on curses too. But enough about Jacques. I'll be talking about her again very soon. Maybe. Probably. Yeah, so he needed this quick buff, but he also needed the MP buff. Existence outside the domain, 2 stars per turn, and debuff resistance. Again, this is the skill that lets Van Gogh actually buff the servant. If they do not have this trait, like Cuckoo. Gotta remember to say Cuckoo. I don't fuck up the name when I say Cuckoo. You get all the crit stuff, the extra crit damage Van Gogh gives. Independent navigation, crit damage up, arts performance up. His arts cards are fairly good. Not the best, but not terrible. This makes him better. Buff removal resistance 10% at base. You will when you notice this works, you will be so happy. When this works, it works. Like, not losing your buffs from buff strip helps in challenge quests so goddamn much. Does this apply at all in farming? Absolutely not. Is this a challenge quest skill? Yes, completely. Is it gonna matter all the time? No. But when you need buff removal resistance, this is very nice to have at base. Like, you can bring a support that can do it, like Shufu, but it's nice that outside of like when you time it with Shufu, you do have a chance of just like not losing your buffs. Depends. I will be very real about this. his appends kind of don't matter if you're farming, simply because Quick, if you have a 50% battery, Quick does not like you like having that battery. It's screwed, like you're wasting a lot of battery on your supports if you do have the append. And because like there is no Quick support that gives 30, you literally have to bring another support, possibly even Shufu, instead of bringing like an Oberon, because even Oberon's 20 isn't enough. We kind of do need a Quick support that can kind of break up charge a little better than Scotty. Or not a little better than Scotty, because it's both of them are block 50s. Which is why like Reigns is a servant that pairs well with Voyager. She has very split batteries. Appends, like even extra attack isn't gonna be that good. Like for Star Gen, yeah, it'll be good. MP Gen, it's gonna be okay. Damage, if he's not grailed, you're gonna run into issues. If the extra attack isn't gonna hit that hard because his base attack is pretty goddamn low. It's definitely not no 9.5k. He would be, I would have a lot less nice things to say if a farmer and or challenge quest unit had low base attack like that, like a supporting servant or one that has like super high base attack buffs like Bunny Toria. So MP buff, they didn't do that much. They really didn't. It was 5 hit AoE quick, super effective damage against Sky Attribute. Everyone in the party got 20%. And if you were a living human, meaning a pseudo servant, aka a servant that shows up in any Fate anime and or manga as a master, which is how most of these pseudo servants are. I mean, besides Chloe and obviously Fujino, because Fujino doesn't show up in Fate. It is funny that Durga counts as a living human, but not Kama. But that is soccer face shenanigans, and talking about soccer face shenanigans involves the moon, and let's not talk about the moon right now. Even though Voyager is Space Boy, we're not talking about the moon. But yeah, Reigns, Waver, Miyu is like Miyu and Voyager would be a lot of NP spam because Miyu also gives charge per turn with her buffed NP. So like if you're able to chain these like and possibly even double stack Miyus, like you're gonna have a whole lot of stars attack and just like charge per turn. Like you're gonna be quick looping, but it's gonna feel a little better than normal quick looping. But I'm not saying it'll feel like arts looping without arts buffs. That's a better, yeah, that's a better explanation. It will feel like you're arts looping without arts buffs. Yeah, but again, that is based on your account, who you have. So before it was 10%. Now it's just 20. Is this the biggest buff? No. Is it helpful for like what he wants to do? Yeah. I will say though that now that he has this buff, does want to do multi-core a lot more than Jocks. In my opinion, servants that have ramp up should never be put in multi-core because they want to be MPing as much as possible. If you have a turn where a different unit is MPing, their final turn damage is not going to be as high as it should be. You have to trade resources on your DPS to support another DPS. Unless they're a Habitrot and can clear shit out for themselves, even still, like, and not kill the enemies, that's cool. But not every servant is Habitrot. And even with Habitrot, if you do kill, your DPS is still shit out of luck, so it wouldn't even be Then though, like specifically, like living humans, like Reigns and Waver are. Waver is permanent, Reigns isn't. But Waver getting 20% battery every turn, very, very nice in a challenge quest. Because his MP is really nice. Like, you don't see defense down on a spammable MP that often. His MP, depending on your supports, is very spammable. Normally, you wouldn't pair him with a quick unit like this. But in this case, you probably can get away with it pretty well. His base MP damage is higher than Wangina's at 20 and scales up to 40. Activates first. Would be really stupid if it didn't, because you only get one MP in a turn and he doesn't have ramp up. But oh well. Ascension mats. Not as bad as Wangina, but I mean, not that much better. Yeah, not that much better. Depends, it's easier, but I mean, it's more mixed. Like it balances whether they're like heavier investment or lower, but all these are like lost about 5, so as long as you're somewhat current on JP, you should be good. And you're just, if you're watching this and you're on NA, yeah, be happy your Voyager does not need stupid, like super high amounts of anything. No foreigner needs like 40 of something per skill, but the mats aren't exactly the most common mats most of the time. Bond CE, power mod against Sky attribute. Cool. Notice that he will give himself a power mod to something he has super effective damage. So this does affect like his damage more than you would think. Like his base card damage goes up a lot and more than most other CEs. If you are specific, like, I'm not saying use this over Black Rail, but if you don't have Black Rail or something of its level, like a maxed out Heaven Seal, I can't even say it that well because Voyager's base attack is so low, he needs something like Black Rail. He needs as much as attack. Bond CE's give like 100 attack, so yeah, like 10,550 versus 12,650. What sounds more like a normal 5-star and not a 4-star that just has cracked stats. So yeah, Voyager, I have this unit MP3. Voyager's very useful. Like if you don't have like the best supports, or like you're not able to start from 0, like Voyager is a good introductory servant to like quick looping. That 20% battery floor is very helpful, but because his base refund is lower, you gotta juice up his damage. You have to. He needs the overkill, otherwise he's not looping, and it's just by a couple percents. His first buff definitely helped it out, so it was less likely that you were getting caught by like 5-6%, and more of the time it's like 1 or 2, which is a lot more normal for quick. But you have to be hitting overkill. You need to. Low copies of Voyager, sad face. MP2 or higher, you're setting a lot easier, but like the issues you have with like low hit arts MPs like Kiara and Muramasa is very apparent with Voyager, because he's not, the issue is overkill. It's always been overkill. All right, I would like to start my Friday stream, especially because it's shorter. Day this video comes out, which should be Saturday, I will have the doges in my apartment this weekend. So if you want me to bring the doges on stream, give them treats, stop by on Twitch and get to see my doges. One of them is going to be wearing a diaper, so hopefully that thing doesn't fall off and land on my fucking computers. I'd rather not be cleaning up piss or shit off my computers or my mat. But That's for me to worry about, not you. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.